11:11, live with love or thereabouts. Today it's thereabouts. We're meeting up at 12:12, and sometimes life happens and you just have to adjust, right? That's what it's all about. So welcome here, welcome back. My name is Love, and it is a pleasure to have you here. Know that as you are receiving these different frequencies, my voice, the frequencies in the background, there is something here for you. And love is here for you. It is always here for you. And what this channel is about is we kind of talk about frequency, or rather resonance, I will say, and we feel into the resonance of our own bodies, our own energetic fields, and we tune in. We tune in to hear, because this is what we have on a daily basis when we wake up. Although when we wake up completely new. Did you know that? We wake up completely new. Our cells are constantly regenerating themselves. And today is a new day. There are possibilities for you available that don't come along with the stories that happened yesterday. You can feel free to make new stories for today. But what kind of energies do you want to bring forth in your day? What are you feeling like you could have more of also in your life? So again, thanks for showing up here. I'm glad I could make it. I was actually messing with my hair. It was time to refresh the color, and it took me way longer than I thought. You think I would know, having a hair background, how long something would take, but there were other elements involved. So happy I could make it here at 12:12 Mountain Standard Time today. But yeah, what matters is that we show up, really. So some of the energies that are coming up for me today. One is that anything is possible. And it is really helpful, as we talked about in the last live, to install some sort of sacredness throughout your day. What is that? Is a sacred practice? Is it meditation? Is it just simply going out on the grass and getting your toes all up in that grass? Maybe it's laying down completely like a star and making a grass angel shape as you lay down and just take in the clouds. How long has it been since you've taken in the clouds and just looked at the shapes? We're getting a little bit of our inner child coming in, yes? Yes. You know, the other morning I woke up and there was a meditation that during the meditation, I always tell you guys during this that if your body feels like it wants to stand up or move around, or you know, when we're breathing, when we're receiving different frequencies, different resonances, let your body do what it wants to do. Mine often, like when I get in a mode where a message comes through, there's like one of these going on. There's like a back and forth, or I've just been noticing it and allowing it, right? But like when we have those times, basically, let me reset here. I woke up, I was participating in these meditations, and then I found myself going into this position of happy baby, if you guys know yoga, right? Happy baby, where you're on your back and your legs are up and you're grabbing your toes and you're just like stretching your pelvis and you're rolling around and it feels good on your back and it feels good other places. I was bringing forth that happy baby, that inner child yesterday. And thereafter, there came another meditation where I was like, oh, this makes sense, because it had to do, again, with connecting to the inner child. So that seems to be kind of strong today. Like, how can you connect to your inner child? How can you move about in a way that's fun? Like I said, you know, rolling on the grass, kicking up your feet, trying to walk on the sky. Look at the shapes that are happening, right? This is some of the way that we bring a little bit of magic back in our lives. And you might say, love, that's not magic. That's just playing around. That's just child's play. There is magic in the child's play. I'm going to say that one more time. There is magic in the child's play. If you've ever gone to a park and taken a moment and just watched the children as they play, you feel it, don't you? You feel the magic that exudes from their bodies. And it exudes from their bodies. They have that lack of control. They have that freedom to run about and basically, as long as they're not hurting anybody else, do as they wish. Hopefully. Hopefully there's not a helicopter parrot going, How do you play? How do you bring magic into your life? You are magical. You are supported and you are loved. So what practices can you bring in? I will attach a link to one of these affirmations. Would I call it an affirmation? Yeah, it was kind of like a morning kind of rampage, like wake yourself up to some good vibes. And the words that kind of stood out to me were the words that basically the words of hold on a minute, I'm having like two things in my mind clash for a moment. The words that came to mind, were that we are new, that it is our birthright to embrace all that life has to offer, and that we're appreciative for this greatest day and all the goodness that comes our way. I had a little bit of external negative self-talk this morning and so I decided to replay it while I was working on this on my beautiful lovely strands. I played it over and I played it over again and I played it over again and again until I could really like have it sink into here. To really feel the trueness, because that affirmation allowed me to tap in to the trueness of me in a time, in an environment where you might not have a lot of that. So it was a reminder. It's basically a remembrance, a reminder of who you are, what you're capable of, and to spread your wings. That's what it's a reminder of. And the other phrase came to mind that came in through that. It was one of Brian Scott's affirmations. And what it brought through was allowing these affirmations. Some of you might not think that they're a big deal, you've done them before and nothing happens, etc., etc. But it's some of this is in the belief. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. So believe you can, because that's going to be for your highest good. Believe you can. I don't know where that comes from. But the affirmation had to do with really bringing in words in your morning as you're sleepy and waking up. I mean, I did both. As I woke up, and then later I was like, you know what? I need an extra little something of that, extra little shot of that, you know? Give me a little extra espresso in that, energetic espresso, with that, the idea that I am abundant and my birthright is mine to claim. I'll say that again. We are abundant, and it is our birthright to claim, our choice. As the chosen ones, our choice, that's what the chosens are. One, we get to choose where we are in our now moments and what we allow around us, what we allow near us. We get to choose, right? And it had to do with choosing words in the morning before any of the external negativity wants to come in and tell you that your life is different. You know, so think about your practice, what you can bring forth. And it doesn't have to be serious. It could be meditation. It could be, oh, I'm going to meditate for an hour, or I'm going to meditate. Meditating for 5 minutes is better than not meditating at all, guys. Going fishing is a meditation. Gone fishing. Like to call up a job sometime and just be like, yeah, gone fishing. I'll see you tomorrow and I'll bring you some fish. Oh, hey, Tony Clifton. How are you? Yes, I'm in a little bit different time today, but still here. Glad you're here too. And so those are the things that you can bring into your life at this time. A little bit of that is coming in, tuning out the external, tuning up the volume on the internal, and following that amazement, following that joy. There was something I was listening to also, kind of right before I got on here, that was talking about someone who was retired. And it resonated with me because she was saying, like, she's retired and she has these funds coming in, but she doesn't want to get a job. And she's enjoying a certain aspect of her retirement, but she wants more now. Like, she wants a house over here, and she wants to build a life over here, and she wants to add this into her life. And she's very excited about it. But she has all these external people telling her, well, you can only get that if you get a job. And she's like, no. And it reminds me a little bit about, like, me in the last couple years. The whole how I've been living life has been working out, and it's been always being provided for, but very I'm like, okay, what's next? How do I move forward? What's next? So the provision is always there, the love is always there, the guidance is always there, and the external is there to also show us and to do its job in being like, all right, some adjustment, tweaking, or something needs to be done in this different parts of your life. But the reason it totally, like, resonated with me was it was like 5 years ago, even though I had this income of this rental, that I had someone be like, well, you have to get a job. And I was like, well, I was like, I have income coming in, and I have this hair business, right, that I kind of took a break off of because I wanted to let something new in. Come to find out, some of that is working with some of the path that I'm going down, because I still find joy in working with people with their hair, but only now I decided to switch it. I decided to switch that idea that I had I had to constantly book regular clients, to, you know what, when I tell people that I have that experience, there are people who are interested, and then another person books, and another person books. And what I mean by books is I could be around people, and within a week's time, when they're drawn to my energy, they're like, I want to get my hair done, or, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to get my hair done for a while, can I come to you? And I explain yes. But I've evolved it to conscious cuts, which is now like me charging what I'm worth to have conscious conversations with people, to create an energetic space, to pull cards and give them an idea of what their inner being is trying to relate to them that they might not be picking up on in their regular external lives. You know, there are signs everywhere. And when we see those signs and we're like, oh, that's just a coincidence, then we don't really truly get the message that your inner being or your guides are trying to relate to us, right? And it's an energetic world, so they're working through what they can work through because of free will. So Where am I going with this? Yes, the idea of filling up yourself, filling up your cup with positivity when you wake up in the morning and as you go out into the world before the external world has a chance to kind of like, right? And that video that talked about, get a job, it talked about how she was resistant to getting a job. And because to her, what does a job mean? What does retirement mean? So they broke it down as in a job means that there's no flexibility in the schedule, right? And retirement means, at least to this person, that they have optimal freedom. So there was a belief system in place that was kind of stopping up her view of money flowing in. So it really resonated with me because I had somebody else say that recently. I've been working on my website, I've been working on my memberships, having 3 tiers so that it's available for different kinds of financial situations, and that's where I've been putting my focus there, and like the energetic work I do with the earth, and then the energetic work that I bring forth to you guys on my community on YouTube. And so part of me is kind of like that. Is like, no, I'm not going to do that. But the other part of me is like, maybe I might do that temporarily while I'm still doing this. And then it's more like, do you hear that energetic shift? Like, maybe I might do that temporarily in my own way where I can still have freedom, right? And not be totally locked down, right? So we get to see there's that belief again. We're told that there are 9 to 5 schedules and that people must work full time, right? And it's just not true. It's just a fallacy, guys. Are there ways that funds need to come in this 3D form of a world? Yes, currently there is, in order for us to function in this world. But I like to focus a lot on the positivity of and the gratitude of what I have in my life. And as I do this, miracles show up. Little tinges of like, I got a free tank of propane yesterday. That was totally unexpected to me. And it was because I had multiple cards that were signed off and I got a freebie. And I was like, fantastic. That is awesome. I love it. So let me look at the comments for a second. Tony Clifton says, if you worked mostly under the table jobs, retirement can be really problematic. Oh. Well, it just depends on if you put a little aside for your time of fun, doesn't it? We always put a little bit aside for certain things. We have like a scope, a bit of a scope of like, oh, there's this, and this, but then I can put this aside too. So yeah, there are all these elements to kind of take into consideration. People are not saving like they used to. They're still saving, but it's more enjoying what's in the moment as well. And so I'm very good at enjoying what's in the moment, and I'm good at kind of looking forward a little bit and like kind of just getting a scope of like, all right, I'm seeing that some of these things need attention, and how can I move forward with these things? And as I move forward with them, how can I have fun with these things? We never know what's going to arise in a person's life. A person could not have any retirement and then end up meeting somebody down the line that has a full retirement package or has been that type of saver, and all of a sudden they basically, by joining together, that person gets to experience retirement. There's so many ways that money can come to us besides what our mind tells us that money can come to us. Money is just an energy, so when we open up the floodgates of energy or examine any beliefs we have around money and finances, we can start to notice where the dissonance is or was I say was because it might have came from like our parents, right? Our parents and how they saw money. So it's always a good idea to question. Just question and ask, be curious. Be like, so, why am I in that place? Why am I here now? I always like to ask that. Why am I here now? When I'm uncertain as to what's evolving, why am I here now? And what do I want to project out into the world? What do I want to hold? What do I want to create for myself? And by creating for myself, shifting the energies in how others think about how they can live life and how they can possibly travel around, or how they can possibly go live somewhere else and still make this other thing all come together, right? There were often times where I was like, oh, I have to be in this certain place. And I don't have to be, but there is something about my attention span. And those things, when I'm in a certain place, that's where my attention's going to focus on to continue working with that type of energy, right? I love the whole working under the table thing, though. And it's great to like be able to trade services as well. I feel like in the future, in the next 5 years or so, we're going to see more of people bringing forth the gifts and services that they have, and kind of collaborating and working together more. And there was one point where I was trading so much, I was like, wow, I just need a person who works at a gas station and a grocery store. Because everything else is provided for, and it's all working out. So those are some of the things that have come in this morning. I picked some cards before we came on. I selected a frequency. We've got how strange, the title of this particular frequency. This frequency is 936 hertz. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear it. Can you guys hear that okay? It's Archangel Michael. We're connecting with the angels at this time. And Archangel Michael is one often thought of for protection. His sword of truth, to be able to be utilized to kind of clear the energetic field around you. Any cords that need to be cleared at this time, since we're calling in Archangel Michael, are to be cleared at this time. Some people use the word cut, cut those energetic cords. I like to say clear or release them, please. We ask that Archangel Michael clear and release all energetic cords that are not our own. This is a way of cleansing and clearing anything that's drawing on your energy. If you've been feeling a little tired, or you've been around somebody that anytime you have an interaction with someone, there is energetic cords that just go out. They just go out and they intertwine. And so when you leave that experience, you want those energetic cords to untwine and go along with that person. Doesn't matter if you love them very much, if they're family or a beloved, or other types of people like bosses and co-workers and your coffee barista. You want to unfurl those energetic cords. You can even have that thought. If you're not into angels, you can have that thought and just be like, you know what? In this breath that I take, I now clear all energetic cords that are not my own. Maybe they be released with unconditional love or divine love, and may I go about my day completely within my own energy. There's a channeler, a beautiful person named Alunia Noel. And Alunia Noel, often at the end of her channeling, and I use this in my daily life now, she will say, my energy is mine, your energy is yours. And I do this mostly probably when I have an experience that isn't so pleasant, although as I do that, I keep in mind to also do this with pleasant experiences as well. Those types of people where I have very pleasant experiences. So it's just little tools that you can take along with you, little things to try and be like, okay, what works for me? Do I want to make sure that I am standing fully in my own energy? When you stand fully in your own energy and there's no draw, then you have extra. You just have more. You have more, and you feel more energized. The extra cup of coffee isn't needed. The Red Bull isn't needed. Yeah, sure, these things taste well. They taste good, but they're not needed. If you wanted it for the taste of it, you would see that you would drink less of it. It's an experiment to try. Just go along on your day in this day and definitely try it out. There are many things we consume, not just beverages and foods, but energetically there's a lot that we consume that is very unconscious. We're not even aware of it. I stopped listening to the radio because long ago I found out that they changed the frequency of the radio. Way long ago, by the way, guys. This has been going on for a long time. So it's really rare that occasionally I'll turn on the radio. But I turn on the radio with the knowledge that the frequency is 440 hertz instead of 435 hertz, I believe it is, which is the 435 is what is keeping everything, the cells of your body, like it's flourishing, it's healthy, it's allowing the cells to do what they need to do in the body, the nervous system what it needs to do in the body. The 440 hertz that it was switched up to is just enough of a frequency to cause a little bit of static in the body. Very unfortunate. And I'm kind of looking forward to that time where they're like, you know what? We have found this research to be true, and we're going to go ahead and let everyone know, full disclosure, that we are now changing the frequency back to 435 hertz in order to promote the energy resonance inside everyone's body. It's already happening with our food. They're already going to put a label on food saying not for human consumption, and this is regular stuff like Skittles and Doritos and so many different Fruit Loops. Unless those companies decide to change the ingredients to that of European quality, we might actually get European quality for, not actually, might. We are getting European quality for our food, and it's going to happen. It's very exciting over this period of time because they have about a year till 2027 for these companies to either put the label on or change what is in the food that they are feeding us, basically. So, very exciting. But it also brings me back to our energetic hygiene and how we maintain our energetic field. So, how we maintain our energetic field, when you feel like things are out of whack, you've got your breath, you've got the ability to walk outside. Even if you live in a city, there's some place outside that there's a park with some grass. You'll see in the biggest cities that's what there is. And if you're in a different type of climate, maybe it's not grass, right? Maybe you're in the desert somewhere. Maybe you can find water that you can, it's a nice combination, the fact that you have the dryness and then you're able to go to a location that maybe has water. I found some water yesterday with a very high uphill, and I had this marvelous perspective of deep light greens that were like brand new sprouts of all the trees and the grass, and then I had this beautiful blue, very much like what's in my hair, hitting the water and reflecting that blue, almost like it was a big iris, very similar to what's going on with my blue eyes. Big iris happening there. In just this landscape, I was able to to be in. And I just thought, wow, I am so grateful that I am able to experience this type of world. I have a traveling studio for Conscious Cuts, right? That traveling studio also doubles as my ability to go different places, connect with the earth, and to really feel into the resonance of what is coming through in the areas that I go to. And then, if I feel like I'm a little sleepy or a little tired or a little hungry, I have this traveling studio of mine to be able to provide for me in that way. And I was just like, a moment to put my hand on my heart and be like, thank you. Like, thank you. Thank you. Like, thank you here. Thank you to all there is. Wow. Am I in full appreciation? So now we're in the word appreciation. Appreciation brings in the abundance we spoke of. It starts to open the floodgates. When we talked about the whole, like, I don't want a job. I want this, but I don't want a job. And is this how I get it? This is how people tell me I'm supposed to get it. And you're always going to have that in life. You're always going to have that idea of, this is what I want, and this is how people say I can get it, but that doesn't resonate with me, right? Another example is someone who is a photographer. She loved to take photographs, and she wanted to travel the world and take photographs, but she didn't know how to do that. And she didn't want to like become a flight attendant, because once that has a particular schedule of a flight attendant when you first start out. So what she did was she took those skills that she had, she went to an airline, and she, with her portfolio, and she had a talk with them and said, basically, what I'm offering you is for you to fly me to all these places around the world. Here's my photographs. They speak for themselves. I will take photos, and you'll be able to use these photos in your marketing and advertisement. Not only did they provide that for her, but they hired her, like hiring, they actually paid her a salary, and that's what she got paid to do. She went all over the world, took these photos, and followed the joy that she loved. Those who take landscape photography are connecting with the earth. They're going to sacred places. They're going to places that you would not maybe know of as sacred, but there's some sort of energy happening there, and it's coming through in their photographs. This happens when we look at fine artwork as well. It's pretty amazing. All right, I'm going to check out the chat here. Ellen Immortal. It is true, and then when we do consume with this practice, we very much enjoy the treat on a different level. Yes, there are treats to be had. There are treats that come to you when you work with your energetic field, when you pay attention to that energetic hygiene, right? And it's going to be different for everyone. There's so many different modalities of energetic hygiene that you guys can look up out there. I'm just here to kind of bring your awareness to it and kind of come together and have this heart-to-heart connection. So we're at 3333 on the clock. That might be significant for some of you. Recently, I was talking to two other friends of mine, and I was like, the power of three. We're working with this, and we just brought in the power of three. And I was going to text them this morning and say, remember the power of three. The fact that we bought this lotto ticket together, and there were 3 tickets, and we decided that whichever one won would win. And I was like, yeah, and isn't it also possible that all 3 tickets win? What would that feel like? And they all like lit up and got all smiley, and I was like, yeah, the power of 3. The power of 3 times 3 times 3. Is what I brought in with those tickets for all of us to share. And yeah, bring forth whatever it is that we're to bring forth with that, right? Upon that type of blessing all 3 of us, in whatever way it comes, in whatever amount is coming to us at that time that we feel that like that worthiness of, will come in its divine timing, right? So, I throat feels a little dry today. Really strange. I would like to bring in some cards that came in. First one that came in, love. I know it's backwards, but love. You are receiving all the love from this light language that is for your highest and greatest good, whether it be backwards, forwards, upside down, right side up. You receive it all. So just take a moment and breathe into this light language. Kind of gaze at it softly. This is a symbol that I would like to incorporate on my website somehow. Take a deep breath in and release. How's that feel? Take another deep breath in and let out an audible sigh. Ready? It doesn't matter what it sounds like. That actually feels really good. Do that with me one more time and make that little like funky sound at the end. Ready? We gotta bring in a little bit of fun, right? Be a little silly. Put your toes up in the sky, grab onto them, and roll about when you get a chance today. So this is the light language of love. The other one that came in was the light language of expression. Both of these are from the Lyrian Council. So Lyrian awareness, the Lyrans were the ones I believe that galactically seeded us here on Earth. They were part of the original ones, I believe, that came up with, I don't know if I want to say blueprint, but like the design for our bodies to actually hold the light that we bring in on a regular basis. Because these are just our avatars. If you remember the movie, these are our avatars, not just. I mean, there are vehicles for us to experience this human evolution in consciousness. So here is expression. Just kind of breathe into expression for a moment. And think about, what do I want to express? Oh, I got a funny mystery link to put in the description of this. Yeah, what do I want to express? It has to do with expressing. I will put that in the link of the description. You guys will have to see it in the saved video. So currently, expression. Take a deep breath in. We are connecting with the Lyran Council, the Lyrans, the Lyrians, however you want to say it. Take a deep breath in and release. As you look at the light language, I am also energetically, well, I don't know what you'd call it. I like to work with the cells of the body. So what my intention is when I do show light language, or you hear a recording of light language, is that every cell of your body is ignited with this light language. Every cell. That affects your blood, your bones, your organs, bringing you into balance. How have you been expressing yourself lately? Is it with love? Is there love in your words? Is there love in your actions? How would you like to receive more love? How would you like to express yourself more fully? Expand your scope, expand your frame. One of the ways that you can expand your frame, we've got the Orions coming in, in this light language, and that is to release comparison. Take a deep breath in and release. Take a deep breath in and release. Take another couple deep breaths. Know that this light language is releasing that which is stagnant, releasing the beliefs of comparison, unworthiness, not good enough, releasing all of this now with the help of the frequency of 936 Hertz, Archangel Michael, with the sword of truth coming in and clearing and cleansing comparison. Any comparison that a mother or father ever put on you, a boss, anyone that expected you to be a certain way when you yourself just wanted to be you, just wanted to be able to express yourself fully, like that child on the playground that exudes freedom without control. How do we have freedom, whatever age you are now, without control? There are many ways, many ways. Breathe in and release. Thank you to the Orions for releasing comparison. We have another card, the Pleiadians, coming in. I myself really resonate with the Pleiadians. They were the first galactic race that I was introduced to. Faith. Pleiadians expanding through this light language. Faith throughout the cells of your body. These energetic codes lighting up within your energetic field. Breathe in and release. What is faith? Trust. Trust yourself. Trust that you know which way to go. You know exactly what to do or bring forth when action is required. And have the faith and the trust that you are never alone. You are always guided. Listen. Hear. Take a deep breath in and release. Listen, hear, breathe. As you walk in your day, take these with you. Know that they are activated within the background of you, continually being activated, worked with, as you carry on with your regular day. We have the Syrians coming in to bring in authenticity. Know that you are always receiving what you need right now for your highest good, to bring in that which is authentically you. Trust you. Trust in the knowing. Don't just hope or wonder as if it will happen. No. Know all is happening for you, with you, You are co-creating your reality. Trust yourself. Bring in your authenticity to this world. Share your authenticity with this world. Be who you are here to be at this time. Take a deep breath in and release. The Syrians again come in. Acceptance. Breathe in acceptance. Take a deep breath in. And release. Where are you not accepting yourself or others? Where can you bring in more acceptance into your life? Not condoning, which is a different energy, but accepting. Accepting you for who you are. Accepting another for who they are. Whether it be desirable or undesirable, accept that that is who they are showing you right now. We are kind of like the weather. Wait a minute, and it changes. One experience might not be the same experience with another upon seeing them again. Breathe in acceptance. And as you breathe in acceptance into your cells, into your codes, worthiness turns on as well. You are worth so much. You are worthy of all that you want to bring forth in this life. Breathe in again. And release. We've got the Orions coming in. Feeling into the collective that is here at this time or on the replay. And blame. We're releasing blame. Breathe in and release any blame that is still trapped within yourselves from previous times, previous lifetimes, this lifetime. Breathe in and breathe out. We are also, by releasing blame within your own body construct, we are releasing blame through your lineage. That's kind of cool. Through your lineage, your family lineage, both on your mother's side and on your father's side. Their mother's mother, their father's father, all down the line. Breathe in as you do this work. Wow. Bring in acceptance of this releasing of the blame, giving permission to release any blame within your lineage. Wow, that's really great. I've never had a message come in like that before. Breathe in. And breathe out. While we're at it, we're going to bring back in comparison. Not bring it in, but bring it in to acknowledge it, that there's been a time in everybody's life, throughout all our lineages, throughout all of our lifetimes, current and past lifetimes, where there's been comparison, a need to be different than who we are, just simply out of survival. We release this now, blame and comparison. Take a deep breath in and release. One more time. Release it with a sound. Whatever sound that is, let it come out. Breathe in gone. Blame and comparison, gone. Cleared from our lineages with the help of Archangel Michael, with the help of the Orions, with the help of the Syrians, bringing in authenticity, acceptance. These are our new codes. Expression, faith, from the Pleiadians, the Lyrans, and love. I am love. It is a pleasure to meet you. Bringing in love into your codes, into your awareness. All of these activated within your DNA, working in the background of your nervous system, your DNA, the space within the space. Wow, this was fun. It's been a little fun lately. Different things showing up that are coming through as I come on these lives. So thank you for showing up. I really am so grateful to you guys for your support and for showing up in this community, and I'm so excited to see your guys' faces when I'm able to send out Zoom links to all of you guys and actually get together kind of like more in person online to have that connection as well, besides just what I receive here in the comments. But I do appreciate all of your wonderful comments, so thank you very much. Remember to subscribe, hit the links, all the links you gotta hit to allow this to get out there for those who might find it very valuable in their lives. And I thank you. I love you. Thank you for all that you are and all that you are becoming, because we are all becoming into the highest version of ourselves. Where can you make those little tweaks in how you do things? That thing that you do all day in your life, how can you make those little tweaks to bring you more into that beingness that you want to be? All right. Hey, Elon. Thank you very much. All right. I will see you next time, currently Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:11 Mountain Standard Time or thereabouts. I will try and stick to that. I will go ahead and show up for you at 11:11. Sometimes things happen, and then I go to the next significant number, 12:12, 11, etc. And there may be a time I just randomly show up for a live, too, on the days I'm not supposed to. So get all those notifications there. Support me how you can doing that. There will also be links in the descriptions below that if you want to support me in a different way, it's available. And if you'd like to book a session with me, go ahead and email me currently at love@onecocreation.com, and we can have a session together. We can do a personal reading together. Channeled message most likely would come through is what usually happens with those. So that would be personally for you. And if you're up for doing a personal session that is through Zoom, you could be my first one in that type of scenario. It would be great if we could actually do a recorded session, and then I could put that out there for collective. Because anything that you might be going through, someone else might also be going through something similar, and they can apply the message that comes through to their particular experience. So I might start offering a couple just kind of random ones like that to see what that comes up like what does that look like? It's kind of like practice, because I've been wanting to practice. I want to practice telepathy. I want to practice the channeling coming out in a different way. It just came out in a different way today with you guys through these cards with my eyes open, and I was being able to say the words. So it was very different breathing that way than it is just having my eyes closed. So great practice for me. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that with you guys. And I will see you again here on Monday at 11:11 Mountain Standard Time. I love you. Have a great rest of the day. As always, we are one. One light, one heart, one breath. Mwah. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later.